Handlock from Flybird. I would like to see him keep Mountain Giant here and put the other 3 back. Although keeping Molten Giant is not a bad call, to be honest. That's definitely something you can do against Druid. I wouldn't fault him for it.
Wow, I actually haven't seen too many people keep Molten Giant against Druid. Just because they have so much burst, and oftentimes it's like you die from 16, not necessarily you die from like the double swipes on 8.
You're going to have dead cards no matter what against Druid, but Molten Giant is a card where there are some games where you just need it to win. And a lot of games, honestly, Druid doesn't have the burst, you know, and they're forced to go through it the hard way, so like get you down to 12 or so, and then you can get a pretty effective Molten Giant down. That's a very defensive Druid deck, anti-Keelbot. Expect to see this be more of a ramp list, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Looks like he mulliganed for Zoo, keeping Wrath, keeping Keeper.
No, did he? I thought he pushed away Wrath.
Oh, he did, he just drew it, yeah.
Huh. Gnomish Inventor.
I'm so jealous that he has a golden one from that level 60 Priest.
Oh, yeah? You're not level 60 with Priest?
I'm a casual, Dan. One day. I'm like 50-ish, I don't know. I never play the class. It's my least played class.
Oh, okay, I know what deck this is. Yeah, the mind control tech is actually very popular on ladder. It's definitely wrecked me a few times more than I'd like to.
Yeah, I play 2 of it in Mech Mage to swing the Zoo matchup a bit.
Yeah, for sure. Helps a ton on ladder. Cool stuff. All right, so I mean, those are innovations that you definitely see a lot on ladder, but one of those things that you might not see it until you get to the higher ranks, because a lot of people switch that in to just get the edge.
That's a super powerful card right now. I expect to start seeing one of it in a lot of decks, much like Big Game Hunter. Dr. Boom, of course, being so popular, makes Mind Control Tech active that much more often.
But what about Dr. Doom?
Well, one of my favorite characters in Marvel vs. Capcom.
He's pretty good, right?
Yeah, I think he's not God tier, but he's decent, I think.
There's an arcade that has the original.
Really?
Burbank. Yeah, it's downstairs in the mall that I was telling you about.
Oh, we should go.
Below Halo 13. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Well,
I don't know what I was expecting.
This is what casting Amaz games is like.
I don't know what I was expecting on the other end of it, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, it's about what does he fill out with the rest? Is he going to hero power Zombie Chow?
I'd like to see a Wrath cycle.
Okay.
Looks like he is going to go with hero power instead. Otherwise, he would have cycled first to see what he got. Alright. Chow down. I wonder if killing that is right while you have Mind Control Tech in hand. I guess it would telegraph too much if you didn't.
Right. I don't know if it's necessary you telegraph Mind Control Tech, but
I like this Druid list.
seems pretty cool.
Draw cards, kill stuff, just get value.
So instead of, you know, so he has to be running like a Sludge Belcher then instead of a Drake, right? Because I saw some Drakes were starting to make comeback in Druid list. So the Gnomish Inventor would replace it, so you have to draw, and then you can put Sludge Belchers in to be more defensive. Man.
We are going to see the trade here instead of taking out the Gnomish Inventor. It's going to help protect that Sludge Belcher just a little bit more. He's got access to Coin Dr. Boom coming up.
2 Innervates for Amaz, by the way.
Doesn't want to use them though. Looks like he's going to opt for the Wrath instead here. I'm definitely not going to see Sludge Belcher live. Amaz, of course, taking his time on the decision because you don't want to telegraph what exactly you have planned. If you take more time before making the play, then why make it seem like you have more options than you do?
These Innervates feel like they haven't been impactful. What are like some late game uses of it too?
Gadgetzin Auctioneer. Maybe he's playing that.
That'd be pretty cool.
It is good with Ancient of War if you're playing Faceless Manipulator. When
Or even
Garou
just a 5-drop, right?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
both.
Yeah, when Garou won DreamHack Bucharest, he was playing double Faceless for that reason, so you could Ancient of War, Innervate Faceless on turn 10. That just locks a lot of decks out. I doubt that's in this deck. But, you know, no reason to run it out if you don't need to.
Wait, Coin Dr. Boom actually enables Mind Control Tech.
It does, but I don't think he's going to be playing around it. I don't expect this slime to get suicided here at all.
Oh man, what do you think is gonna get taken?
Uh,
Just
what do
out
I
of
think is
curiosity.
gonna get taken? Dr. Boom, 80% chance.
80%. I would say it's a boombot.
So unlucky.
Yeah.
Well, no BGH this time. It's gonna be much tougher to deal with that card.
Well, he's got Ancient of War, but of course you're worried about the possibility of easy removal through Siphon Soul.
Mm-hmm. He could hero power the other boom bot, and then if that kills his boom bot and he hits it for 4, he still can't keep Further Grove.
Oh, losing the mind control tag.
That's not what he wanted to see.
No, that was actually the worst outcome. So Flybird picks up Antique Healbot. That could be useful if he's trying to play around combo in the future turns.
This might be a great Loatheb turn, but man, it feels sketchy to Sun Fury, so he's gonna life tap instead. You don't want to become vulnerable to Black Knight. Alright, Loatheb's gonna come down here.
Is there an alternative? He's thinking about it. Maybe Healbot instead of the Loatheb? Or is it just one of those things, like you said, presenting as if you have more options?
I'd like to see Loatheb here.
Yeah, I think it's pretty strong. Just what would he be hesitating for?
I guess he's considering the merits of Healbot. Healbot's definitely going to be better after that Molten Giant, so. There we go, Loatheb comes down, get in for 7.
What?
Well, I said Amaz would have good decks. This is not Paladin, my friend. This is
I'm not laughing in an open mockery of Amaz's choice. It's just funny considering I've had a discussion with Raynad on multiple occasions of how Paladin needs Baron Geddon as a core card, and then out of nowhere, Baron Geddon makes an appearance here.
Yeah.
What is this card supposed to do specifically in Druid? In any match?
2 damage to all other characters. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. It gives you another big game hunter target, so you're super vulnerable to that card. I guess it gives you like a Starfall plus a threat against control decks.
Does he have Poison Seed? Poison Seed, Innervate, Baron Geddon?
Yeah. That would be a sick combo if Baron Geddon didn't cost 7. Alright, Nation of War comes down. And all of a sudden, Amaz just took like 12 damage he'd rather not take from Dr. Boom and the Loatheb. I mean, this is a ton of value from this Boom.
Yeah, but unfortunately, there's still this Ancient of War is rather problematic.
Yeah, very, very good. Good here for Amaz, because no Siphon Soul, no Owl available for Flybird just yet. Assuming he plays 2 of each, I'd like to see a life tap here, but you know, a lot of people are cutting Siphon now. Some people only play 1 Owl. If Flybird doesn't have great chances of drawing an answer to that, then maybe the play here is just Ragnaros.
Yeah, what does Ragnaros replace? Could be one of those Siphon Souls you mentioned.
If you're Ragnaros, would you attack?
I don't know. Giving up Dr. Boom seems... I'd rather him make the attack.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, are you scared about combo by any chance?
I'd probably life tap Sylvanas is what I would do. Life tap to see if you hit an answer, and then Sylvanas afterwards.
You're really not afraid of...
Oh, he's going to Sun Fury it. Okay. That's a good play too, but yeah, I don't think you've seen a Keeper of the Grove yet. It's a good chance to just get silenced. Alright.
Well, the Keep of the Grove is waiting here. And then this is where Innervate can actually have some pretty big impact.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see a silence on Sylvanas here. The only question is, besides that, what are we going to see? Maybe just an Innervate Ancient of War number 2. I mean, if the first one was so inconvenient for Flybird to deal with, you might as well play a second. A little bit unfortunate that Antique Healbot can't heal minions. You know, a lot of like with a card like Ancient Allure, you get that extra bit of flexibility in being able to heal up your Ancient Wars. But yeah, Antique Healbot.
That'd be too crazy if Antique Healbot can heal minions.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Because then Antique Healbot would be like the godliest combo card late game with Priest. Just like nuke something for 8 damage.
Yeah, maybe that was the problem. They probably tested it that way.
Yeah. Can you imagine even? It's like you play Ragnaros and they just like nuke it for 8 damage.
Yeah. I've thought Stolen Lay on hands before. Pyroblast, draw 3 cards.
Pretty wild. Oh man.
Alright,
That's painful.
I like the swipe play. It's aggressive, but definitely a solid play. He's got the Antique Healbot, he doesn't have to be that careful with his life total. It's not like Handlock is playing as much burst as it used to be.
Wow. Yeah, that's a tough turn, but well played. 2 Antique Healbots, by the way, in Flybird's deck. That's just ultra conservative and defensive. I mean, you can see 1, of course, because of the utility, but 2 is often... Well, I mean, you might draw it and you not have a play for it.
Knowing their hands, we know that Flybird should just slam Ragnaros, but Flybird has seen these 2 Innervates in Amaz's hand just being held onto since the beginning of the game, along with that Healbot. So it's basically 3 cards that just haven't been played all game, and Flybird's thinking to himself, you know, those are probably Force of Nature and Savage Roar.
Even if it's just an Ancient of War, it's like, it could be a combo.
Yeah. A lot of people do play 1 copy of the combo in their Druid decks. I wonder if Amaz has just cut Ancient of Lore. That would be insane, right?
Well, he has a Baron Geddon.
And Healbots, right? So he's got the healing and different 7 drops.
What is this deck even supposed to try to do? Just overwhelm defensively? I guess so. Like, every card at its mana slot seems to have some defensive value, except for the Gnome Machine Bender.
It's a heads-up play. He has to play the Mountain Giant first, or else it'll cost too much after the Hellfire. So it is going to lose some health there, but he's already seen swipes. Very unlikely that Amaz is going to kill that with damage this turn. Druid of the Claw is going to give him the option to. I think we're going to see him charge that up and trade both minions in. But then it's Ancient of War versus everything else in Handlock's hand. I don't know if Druid can keep up with just the cards that Warlock is putting out.
So then what about you go the opposite direction and just play Ancient of War and Healbot, or even Druid of the Claw?
That is definitely an option, just being more aggressive, going face with it.
Yep.
I mean, he can go that route. I don't know. I'd like to see an Ancient of War and
Healbot?
Yeah.
It is a very curious deck, that's for sure.
There's definitely some risk of Shadow Flame here. But not too much, I guess. Or actually, Hellfire would be even worse. But he has already seen one. Well, it's a Twilight Drake pickup.
He's 1 mana off from being able to, or maybe 1 health off. Because the Molten Giant plus Antique Healbot would have been pretty nice too.
Yeah, Flybird's thinking, just asking himself every single turn, can I life tap? Can I afford to? I think he is going to go for it here. Sun Fury. That's a good one. He didn't have a taunt yet, so.
Can't do anything to the Ancient of Lore though. So just play a big minion and taunt it.
Yeah, seems like the best option.
You have to be careful about the combo, like we've been talking about.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything he can do to not die to it at this point, and he recognizes that. Maybe if he heals for 8 and then taunts the 3/3, but that's not going to win him the game. I think it's the stage of the game where you just hope they don't have combo.
Yeah, he did hold an Innervate, so it's a good reminder that maybe he just has another Innervate. Alright, running out of time, he's got to make a decision. Is it going to be Giant number 2 or Twilight Drake? Both have about the same amount of health.
I like seeing Drake here. That Giant's probably going to cost 0 later on. Alright, back to Amaz, who draws Cenarius.
Oh, man.
That's a card.
Wait. Okay.
Well, I'd expect to see a +2 here.
Yeah,
on minions.
+2 across everything allows him to trade.
And then innervate hero power to finish off Twilight Drake.
Right. It is going to put the Ancient of War within big game hunter range, interestingly enough.
That is a good point. That'll give Flybird a clean answer to that at least.
Hold on, is there an alternative? Let's see.
It's worth pointing out that if Flybird draws Shadow Flame, he can clear the entire board if Amaz makes that play. All he needs is a Shadow Flame.
Pretty tempting to go for the Cenarius play.
I mean, he's drawn a lot of cards.
Dang.
He might only play one Shadow Flame, but oh man, if he draws it. I mean, how deep into the deck is Handlock at this point? It must be at least 15 cards.
He's got to make his decision quick, too. He's running out of time. He's thinking about it.
Alright, Amaz is going to make the play that's
Ugh.
a little better against Shadow Flame, I guess. Well,
yeah, he wasn't really happy about that.
no, yeah, it was better to innervate the hero power in every way. Oh well. Nevertheless, back on Flybird, who can BGH the one Ancient of War, but he is actually in a great spot here.
Yep.
BGH the Ancient of War, trade off with Healbot. All of a sudden, you have 16 power and toughness worth of taunt.
So assuming your opponent doesn't have combo, though.
Does he have the mana, actually? He taps, he's got 8 left. No, he can only play one. Oh, but yeah, you don't have the taunt giver or the mana.
So he's still worried about the potential of dying.
Definitely.
And there is some burst in the Druid's hand. It's not 0. It's 6 damage.
Yeah.
So what's Flybird's best option? If he taps, he can play Molten Giants for 2. It's 4. Yeah. Yeah, he can play everything. BGH, 2 Molten Giants.
But does he die then?
Not if he healbots. 5,
He's
6.
gonna be like one short of
He's
lethal.
gonna be one short of lethal, unless.
That's that
Oh, that's lethal.
There
Yeah,
we
drew
go.
the claw plus swipe.
Yep. All right, Amaz takes the win.
Wow, that was definitely
crazy
not
game.
the way I was expecting it, but I'm a little disappointed. I want to see Baron Geddon play.
It's there for moral support, Dan. That's what it was. That's
He's
what it
the
was there
coach.
for. You know, we've seen so many antique